My wife told me to shut my mouth in front of a bunch of people at a kid's birthday party. My wife and I are at odds lately over her SIL, who is also her best friend, who is married to her brother. Long story short, she bends over backwards to accommodate their every ask, including babysitting, errands, etc. This extends to volunteering me to help them without my knowledge or consent. She never sees my point of view or agrees with any criticism of them I have. Today, we attended my nephew's birthday celebration. Since my SIL is hosting, my wife is very anxious for everything to go smoothly. Everything was going well, though my 3-year-old daughter was a little sad that her balloon animal had burst by accident. She is cuddling with my wife when a boy, who is 5 years older than her, runs into her and topples her. She is obviously crying when I pick her up. Laughing about it, my wife says, "Oh, she needs to watch where she's going. Don't blame her for getting bowled over by the bigger boy." I shot back at her. My wife told me to shut my mouth in front of her other best friend and a few other guests, presumably because the mother of this other child was nearby. She then had the audacity to advise me to avoid making a sad face. 15 minutes before this post, I sent an email to a divorce lawyer for a consultation. I've finally reached my limit. Update. I spoke to my solicitor first thing this morning, and we had a good talk. He knows that I'm angry and upset at the situation, and he says that he will get myself and my wife in for a consultation if we decide to go down that route. The issue in Scotland is that for a divorce where only one party wants out, it can take upwards of a year to get it, and evidence of separation in that period, unless both parties agree to unreasonable behavior as the reason for the courts granting the divorce. Long story short, I can't proceed without her buy-in if I want it resolved fast. So I took my daughter to my mum's after this, and then sat my wife down. I told her that yesterday's situation was absolutely unacceptable, and that if I had told her to shut her mouth in front of my friends, that I'd be getting crucified from everyone we know. I told her she was lucky I kept my mouth shut at the party, and that I didn't give a fuck about how SIL would have taken it. We fought again about SEL, and again she defended her actions, saying that I'm the selfish one who won't help out my family when they need it. I then did the, perhaps petty, move of dropping divorce leaflets I'd printed from my solicitor's website in front of her. I said to her, I absolutely want to help my family, and this is how I do it. I told her about how I was tired of playing third wheel in my own marriage, and I told her that I was not prepared to subject my daughter to a lifetime of this subservience. At last, it appears that my words have had some effect. She sobbed, and I believe she was on the verge of passing out. I felt bad about this because, at her core, I don't think she's a bad person. She's just been brainwashed into believing that SIL is the Messiah's second coming. She then assured me that she would listen to my worries and that we could have a serious conversation about things after I finished work today. I don't buy it right now, but I should give her and my daughter a chance to work things out at the very least. I'll watch it from there. In response to some inquiries, please be aware that this was only the most recent in a long series of SEL-related problems. I realize this may have seemed like an overreaction to something. Some people have inquired as to whether my wife is gay and in love. I have given this some thought. I might ask her tonight if I haven't already. Considering how fervent she becomes about it, it certainly makes sense. Update. Hi again, everyone. Thanks for all of your continued support and advice. I wanted to put another update on to let you know what was happening. So we sat down last night for the crunch talks. I have to give her credit where it's due. She apologized for what she said at the party, and she said that she'd also have considered divorce if I'd done the same to her. I reiterated to her that my issue is that she completely makes herself subservient to SIL at our expense. I pointed out how messed up it was that she didn't immediately take our daughter's side in this incident. The collision was accidental, I think, but I told her that to blame the little one was out of line, which she accepted. Then I directly asked her if she was feeling at all romantic towards SIL. She writhed and appeared somewhat uneasy. She mentioned that there had been an inebriated kiss on a night out back in high school, but nothing more. She sort of pretended that she didn't want anyone to know about it, particularly her brother, which is why she goes above and beyond to ensure SIL is content. She disputes that this incident has ever been mentioned, even when I asked if SIL had ever threatened to make it public. She simply believes that a lot of strange things would come up if the extended family found out. She makes a firm vow to be straight and to have no interest in dating SIL in any capacity. I told her that although I didn't care about what she had done in the past, it needed to stop affecting our relationship right now because I was literally one step away from ending things. Surprisingly, she apologized once more and promised to do her best to improve. She can consider herself on probation, but I need to see some proof of that, I told her. I informed her that I would be taking our daughter to stay at my mother's if I felt that it had happened again. This was accepted by her, so we're moving carefully. Sorry if this isn't the update you were all hoping for, but I think it's the best thing for the three of us right now. Update. Update. I've posted here many times about issues I've had with my wife, most commonly with regards to her subservience to her best friend turned sister-in-law, Sil. She's promised to try and work on this, given how much it's impacted our marriage. But today, I think we passed the point of no return. You see, today is my birthday. It's past midnight now, though. This morning, my daughter, who is nearly 4, gave me huge hugs and kisses, which was great. My wife gave me a card and told me that my gift hadn't arrived in the post yet. My suspicion is that she's yet to order it, or ordered it late, whatever it may be. After that, I went into work and completed my shift, just like any other day. My daughter was visiting my mother while my wife was off from work. Since there were already plans in place, nothing particularly noteworthy was scheduled for the evening. It's just that I wasn't part of those plans. My birthday was the only date they could all make, so Sil and a few of my wife's other friends had planned to go out for dinner and drinks because Sil had a voucher that was about to expire for a certain restaurant. Isn't that funny? Things do turn around though, as my wife wrote a lengthy social media post wishing me a happy birthday and complaining about how awful it was that I had to work all night on my birthday, which was a total fabrication. However, it does lessen her public humiliation for not celebrating my birthday with me. The problem is that as a result of what she did, I am unable to schedule events with friends or family without disclosing her deception. Thus, yes, fantastic birthday. Though she has chosen to spend my birthday with Sil rather than me, I can't see it ending any other way than me getting screamed at when I consider how she would react if I had pulled half the shit she has pulled. Positively, I played with my daughter for a little before going to bed and then painted with a warhammer. I was kind of crushed when she asked why mommy wasn't here. Am I wrong to be annoyed about this? Update. I've been sitting on this for a few days because the full events of what has transpired since then have blown my mind and have brought home some very harsh truths about my relationship. But I also wanted to see if what went down would actually stick, and so far, it has. The fun question, out of the way first. For those who were asking about my painting, I was painting some Thousand Suns Terminators. My wife started having sex with me the day I sacrificed my personality to keep her happy, and how I never saw my friends anymore. How, even though I put in more hours at work than she does, I take care of the house and get no appreciation at all. How she manipulated and controlled others by using the lack of sex. I sobbed and yelled, and she echoed me, angrily refuting everything I had said. I told her where our girl was, as she insisted on knowing. I assured her that she couldn't use me as a negotiating chip. After a while, we both became calm enough to decide that I would look after her while she temporarily stayed with her parents. I consented to let her visit me while we sorted things out. It's been a few emotionally exhausting days. I feel drained, spent, and tired, but I have my little girl, and I feel like I have done what I could. I don't know what my relationship status is right now. We haven't been speaking, except to arrange drop-offs, and I'm comfortable with that for now. I need some more time before I consider more permanent steps. I've never ever unloaded on her like this before, but Jesus Christ, it felt good, even if she continued to deny everything.